What's good with the YouTube? It's your boy King back with another lit video. Today, man, I just want to say thank you for all the little support and all the little comments and everything. And if y'all like this video, man, like always, like, comment, subscribe. And we got a little crazy one for y'all today, man. Mom doesn't know her son is actually the killer. Mature audience only, man. If y'all got some kids or anything, little ones, get them about the room, get y'all little thing, get y'all little drink. And shit, let's get into it, man. Let's check it out. Oh, I'm tripping. All right, there we go.
Body.
It looks like a human head to me.
I don't know if it's her or what, but we have a female body.
Oh, that's a 1092. That's a body.
Yeah.
Let's get out.
Yep.
I can see enough right now. Looks like a girl's hand. Let's back out.
Damn.
Basically, she face down, pants down.
Damn.
She's got black heels on, like boots on.
It was a volunteer search team that made the chilling discovery of a body in the Nevada desert. They were scouring the area looking for 16-year-old Gabrielle
16?
Ulaki,
That's
who was
crazy.
known as Britney to everyone.
Rest in peace. No,
When the searchers spotted a suspicious red stain on the side of the road, it didn't take long for them to notice drag marks. That led them right to the body lying among the sagebrush, partially wrapped in a blue tarp. Police were determined to find out what happened to Britney, but when their investigation took them in a direction that her family and friends never expected, the horror of what happened to the spunky teenager took on an even more sinister tone.
On the phone. Okay.
don't tell me this family related.
And I just want to let you know that we have found the body.
Can you get me some help? Can you
There's
get
some
me
people.
Damn. That's sad. Damn, that's sad. Dang, that's sad right there.
Nurse or psychologist. She lived in Elko County, Nevada, a small community located about 400 miles north of Las Vegas. Britney had dreams for her future. She thought about joining the Navy to serve her country as a nurse or psychologist. She was also considering enrolling in cosmetology school to learn how to be a special effects makeup artist for the film industry.
Hey.
Tragically, those youthful aspirations were extinguished on March the 8th of 2020, just 3 months before Britney's 17th birthday. That Sunday started out uneventfully for Britney. She accompanied her father James to watch his band practice at the city of Elko, as she often did on the weekends. They covered classic heavy metal tunes, and when the practice was nearly over, Britney became bored and restless. She called her 18-year-old friend, Bryce Dickey, to pick her up, leaving her father with the words, "I'll beat you home." She never made it there.
Man.
Surveillance footage showed Britney at Angel Park getting into Bryce's truck at 3:22 p.m.
Oh, with a boyfriend,
By
huh?
5 o'clock, James called Britney's mother, Alicia, to ask if she had seen her.
Oh,
She
we need
hadn't.
some answers.
She wasn't answering her mom's calls either. Just a half hour later, her phone started going straight to voicemail. Like many teens, she was always tethered to her cell phone, so this was an immediate cause for concern from her parents. And as each hour ticked by, they grew increasingly frantic with worry. That night, her father called the police. The following day, Britney's mother, Alicia, filed a missing juvenile report with the Elko County Sheriff's Office.
She was supposed to be going home yesterday. She was in town with her dad.
Okay.
And she told him, "I'm gonna get a ride home with a friend. I'll beat you home." And he says, "You better beat me because I'll be there in an hour." And she goes, "We're going right home."
Talking about coming here?
Do you know her dad lives in South Fork? We're split up.
Okay.
And
Damn,
her
that's
friend
real
that
sad.
had her,
Her
I
mom was
talked
all
to
in the
him.
dark.
He dropped her off at the high school down here
Okay.
at 4 o'clock with some guy. And I go, "What guy?" And he goes, "I don't know. She just said my new friend."
Damn.
Tall, white cowboy-looking guy with a green truck. And now nobody can find her. None of her friends. Her phone's not on.
Okay.
I don't know where to. I don't know what to do.
Has she ever did this before?
No.
Ever done this before?
No. And even when she does go out and do dumb things, we get a call with some crazy kind of an excuse. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Trying to get her out of trouble. Nothing. Not a friend. None of her friends are best friends. Nobody can find her.
Okay. So yesterday, have you guys tried to call any of her friends or
Everybody?
nobody's heard from her?
No.
Okay.
Which is weird. Because she's a social media freak. You know what I mean? She's always talking to people.
Yeah, it's a little odd.
Does she go here to Spring Creek High School?
She's actually doing homeschool.
Okay.
She's got a lot of enemies, and I'm scared.
She has a lot of enemies. Why would you say that?
She just does.
Damn, it's getting dark.
Everybody wants. The last time she went to a rodeo, she got jumped by 4 girls.
What?
And I'm just worried.
Britney's family wondered
hell
if
no.
troubles she had experienced with other teens in the past were connected to her disappearance. This video was recorded of Britney fighting 2 girls at a rodeo about a year before her disappearance. She's the one wearing the white shirt.
Damn. Damn, hold up. I was about to say, damn, she about to whip both their asses. Damn, that's sad though, I can't lie to you. Damn. Homegirl can fight though, I can't lie.
Britney's parents told the police that she wasn't the kind
That's
of
sad,
kid to
talking
run
about.
away or stop communicating, so her
sad.
failure to respond set off alarm bells. When they started calling her circle of friends trying to track down someone who knew where she was, they learned that she wasn't answering any of them either.
When you said that you've had some issues with your daughter just in the recent past with her being 17 and stuff, has she ever broke curfew before or never broke curfew?
Always been just mouthy, you know, like 17-year-old stuff that makes you want to just go, ugh.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But never,
Never stay out all night like
No.
this, never
no.
not show up whenever you tell her to be home.
Whenever she does, she ends up just texting my dad some excuse.
Oh, so she did it before.
Like whenever she does.
So yesterday when she left from town and said that she was going to beat Dad home, meaning she was going to come here, right? Do you have any idea why she would have, in the process of saying, well, I'll beat you home, and driving here, she decides to...
I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea what she's doing, what she's thinking. I know she thinks she's invincible, but she's not.
Bryce Dickey told the same story to everyone who asked about his last moments with Britney. They drove around town for a while. Then Britney asked to be
something's
dropped
going
off in a
on.
parking lot of the Spring Creek High School so she could meet a new friend. He said when they arrived at the school around 4:30 p.m., he described the friend as a white male wearing a cowboy hat who drove a forest
Man,
green
shit
pickup
fishy
truck,
now.
a Ford F-150. A police officer met with Bryce at the high
Her
school to
friend
question him
took her
about the
to meet
last
a
time
friend.
he saw Britney.
Hey, Bryce.
How's it going?
Good. Well, I appreciate you meeting here.
Yeah, no problem.
So, kind of run me through it so I can understand what's going on. So, I'm going to stand in the shade over here if you don't mind.
Alright, so Sunday around 11, I started texting, got a few texts from Britney, just asked if I wanted to hang out. I said sure, got ready and stuff. Told me she could meet me at Angel Park because she said her dad was doing band practice. And then went to town, called her when I got into town on 5th, and then picked her up at Angel Park. Drove around, went up towards Mountain View.
Damn, he's doing a lot
And
of
then-
thinking. What?
Asked what she wanted to do. Said she had no idea. Said, why don't we just go drive around to Spring Creek since we got more room over there. So we went back over the hill. just started chatting.
Homeboy's a little
talked
fishy.
about her finishing school, how school was going for me. Kept driving around, and then we were over in the horse palace section, and my dad called me asking if I could come back home. So I told her I needed to go. Asked her if she wanted me to just drop her back off at Angel Park, and she said that she wanted me to drop her off at the high school to meet her new friend, and said her dad was going to pick her up later. So then came over here, pulled in right over there, gave her a hug
I
and
don't
stuff,
know.
and
I
then
don't know.
she got out. I pulled out and then started heading that
She
way.
about to have a twist.
And the F-150 was over there, but I didn't know that was where she was going at that time. And then got about right towards where it opens up, and then looked back, and they were both standing outside the truck. And then I got to the turnout right over there by the middle school, and then the F-150 was in motion.
So you just drove around? You didn't stop anywhere?
No, we didn't stop at all. We literally just kept doing circles, drove around towards the sports complex, looped back around, went to the housing section, to the horse palace section.
What?
I just think it's kind of odd. I think you know more than
Did I
what you
miss
tell me.
something?
I'm being honest, or I mean, not in a bad way, but any of my friends you can ask, it's what we do most of the time is literally just drive around Spring Creek for hours.
Well, I'm thinking you know more about Britney than what you're actually confident.
I guess so. Young as hell. Nothing to do.
I've been doing this for a long time, and I usually can smell somebody that's leaving out something. So what are you leaving out?
Yeah, it sounds like he leaving something out.
There's nothing that I'm leaving out.
Right now is the time to lay all the cards down.
I know because this is a serious.
Yeah.
He was
extremely
thinking
serious
hard
thing.
when he was
If I come
telling that
back
story.
and find out that you're withholding information and being deceptive to me,
Then that's when charges and stuff start coming.
yeah. So
I know.
help your friend out.
I'm giving you everything I have. I literally, she seemed perfectly normal. I didn't stop anywhere. Just drove around and talked for like 3 hours.
Even though Bryce Dickey was one of
That's
the
a
last of
long-ass
Britney's
time
friends to
driving
see
around
her
and talking.
alive, her family and friends didn't suspect him. Britney and Bryce had known each other since middle school and had hung out many times over the years. They were such close friends that they called each other Big Brother and Lil Sis. Britney's mother said that she trusted him implicitly. She felt comfortable when her daughter was going somewhere accompanied by Bryce because he always took such good care of her. It was inconceivable that he would do anything to harm her. But Bryce didn't hesitate to let police know that there were other people in the area who didn't like Britney.
We have a friend group here of around like 30, 40 people, and even more than
Hopefully
that.
homeboy wasn't a
Britney's
hater.
really known all around Spring Creek.
Why's that?
She's, well, like, in the last, between like 3 years ago and like a year and a half ago, she kind of made a name for herself because a lot of people around here didn't like Britney.
Okay.
In that period, she got in a lot of fights.
Okay.
But, and then she talks to a lot of people.
Why did she go from unliked to liked?
What's
she doing to change that? Because usually it takes something dramatic.
Honestly, a lot of people still around here still don't.
Okay.
There's like a very few amount of people that like her.
Okay. So why would she go from that to being all of a sudden liked? And I mean, what's going on? Is she into the bad world and underworld? That
basically anything I've heard is just stuff people have told me, nothing that I'm sure of. But like last year, I heard she was hanging out with a lot of people that just weren't very on the upside.
Okay.
But I heard that a few times from a few different people. Besides that, I really don't know.
Was anybody able to figure out who was the person that saw the green truck?
That was me.
Oh, that was you, okay. So I know we described it, but sorry, so many conversations and us going to Utah yesterday. Just
They got any cameras at the school? Anything? I mean,
So yeah, he was the last one to see her, and to see her here, and he reported the green truck, kind of thing. So that's what we're just trying to understand all that.
they gotta have
That's
cameras
what we're
at this
doing
school.
now.
That's not
Just
making
really-
no sense.
Trying to figure out
That was a
where
big
they went,
ass school.
who they were talking with, what they were talking about, who, what, where's, why's.
It's too bad they don't have any cameras out here anymore.
Are you
Some
serious?
places they do, some places they don't. So
That country?
we
Oh
all wanna rely on the
man,
digital age, and
where are they
it's not all
at?
there.
Utah?
No, I definitely
Damn, I got no
just
cameras.
seeing a lot around here.
Oh, that's sad.
After
Who
Britney's
knows if
parents
this green
called
truck was
him
even
looking
there?
for her, Bryce sent Britney 3 Snapchat messages. He seemed worried about her whereabouts. He wasn't the only one messaging Britney. Snapchat records obtained by police show many friends reached out to her. At first, they hoped her disappearance was a misunderstanding or a voluntary pause in communication. Then they grew increasingly insistent, begging her to respond. They let her know that they were there to help if she was in some kind of trouble. When the plea to help find Britney hit social media that night, it captured the attention of many residents of close-knit Elko County. Together, they launched an all-out hunt for Britney and the mystery man in the green pickup truck. Citizen sightings of vehicles
It ain't no
matching
damn
the
green
description
mystery
Bryce gave
truck.
flooded into the small police
Okay.
department. Officers ran down every lead. Volunteer
It ain't no
search
damn
parties
truck.
covered the area.
Okay.
The Ruby Mountain Rebels 4-wheel driving club sent out 6 search units. They were the ones who ended up finding Britney.
Looks like a human head to me.
Wow.
Chest cavity in the dark. We walked over here on this side. I'm pretty sure that's their drag marks there.
All right, well,
But I stopped right here. He parked right there where he's at. I stopped and I backed up right there. So I don't know if you guys do the tire print and all that, or if that's all TV.
yeah,
or whatnot.
we'll have to do a whole bunch of stuff like that if that's what it is.
Might shoot.
We'll get a statement from you guys here in a second. So
All right. Keep photos going in.
yeah, you got your camera.
Yeah.
My video's on too.
When people are facing a crisis, particularly one as public as Britney's disappearance, it's not uncommon for shady characters to crawl out of the woodwork to prey on their fear and grief. After the search for Britney went
that'd be
viral,
crazy.
her mother began receiving ransom text messages demanding
Ransom?
$25,000 in exchange for the return of her daughter. Detectives told her not to
that's
pay the
sad.
ransom and even to not respond while they were working
Had the
on
audacity
figuring
to
out
do some
who
shit
was
like that.
sending the text messages. The following afternoon, volunteers searching for Britney found her body. It had been 3 days since she had disappeared. At first, police worried that she was killed because the ransom demand wasn't met. Elko County Sheriff's Office Detective Nicholas Stake had
Sound
the
like she was
gut-wrenching task of
already
telling
gone, though.
Britney's mom that a body had been found and that he was going out to investigate
her body
who
was
it
already
was. But in Alicia's
decomposed.
heart, she knew it was her child lying in the desert. Detective Stake later said that her anguished cries were by far the worst sound he's ever heard in his years of working in law enforcement.
Dang,
I was on the phone.
that's sad.
Okay. And I just want to let you know that we have found the body.
Dang.
I need house out. Can you get me some help? Can you get me some help? Can you get me people? Oh my God! Please some help! We're out! We're out! We're out! We're out! We're out!
Dang.
Help me,
It's like the saddest thing you can go through. man.
Police initially described Bryce as cooperative, but their suspicions intensified as his story kept changing, and it was inconsistent
Yeah,
with
homeboy
the
look-
evidence they had
homeboy
gathered.
look a little
When they obtained
suspicious.
surveillance footage from a local gas station, it showed Bryce's dark blue Chevy pickup truck heading out to Burner Basin. not towards the Spring Creek High School as he had claimed. Snapchat geolocation records blew big holes in Bryce's story. They revealed that Bryce and Britney were together at Burner Basin, where Britney's body was found, for 23 minutes from 4:09 p.m. until just after 4:30. Bryce left Burner Basin at 5:25 p.m. to head home and arrived a half an hour later. Her phone was later found by police 4/10 of a mile from the body. It was damaged, perhaps smashed with an object or thrown from a vehicle. The police team gathering evidence found a ring of keys with a lanyard bearing Britney's name near the feet of the body, hanging in a sagebrush not far from where she lay were a set of earbuds and a used condom. An empty wrapper was found at the roadside near the red stain on the ground that was consistent with a pool of blood. It was the DNA that told the story of what happened to Britney. Britney's DNA was on the outside of the condom. Bryce's was on the inside. A pile of dried chewing tobacco near the bloodstain on the road contained saliva that matched Bryce's DNA. Britney's neck and fingernails also had DNA on them that matched up to Bryce. A search warrant was executed on Bryce's home, where investigators recovered a pair of boots and a sweatshirt with red-brown stains on them. Inside one of the boots was a knife. The regional medical examiner's office determined that the cause of Britney's death was strangulation, likely with some kind of ligature, and a single stab wound to the neck that severed the carotid artery. A week after Britney's body was found, detectives interrogated Bryce again, this time at the police station. They began the interview with a soft approach to lull him into thinking they were buying into his story. First, they had him describe in painstaking detail the green truck he had identified as belonging to Britney's new friend, the mysterious cowboy. They showed him photo after photo of green trucks so he could pick out the one that most resembled it. Then they had him draw out the routes that he drove around town with Britney.
Well, tell me about Britney. What's she like?
You're gonna have to ask a question because that's a lot. Britney is not in like a bad way or anything, but I mean,
right. Well, what was Britney to you?
Honestly, Britney was my little sis.
Bullshit.
Like I've known her since 7th or 8th grade. One of the closest people to me. I didn't even start calling her. I called her little sis for about the last 2.5, 3 years, but she called me big brother since probably about right after the first year that I met her, but one of the closest people to me. She was. A lot of people didn't like her for a lot of reasons, but she was very blunt and kept to who she was, even if a lot of people didn't like that. So that was why a lot of people in Spring Creek didn't like her, just because she was extremely honest. But no, she was always happy. She would get in a lot of like actual fights, but then a month later she would be best friends with the person she got in a fight with. She knew almost everyone. Seemed like there wasn't somebody in this town she didn't know. But
I want to know why'd you do it, bro.
She was extremely sweet. Pretty much always had a smile on her face.
I almost feel like fast forwarding this shit.
Sorry.
It's okay. I mean, I can't imagine what you're going through right now. I mean, you know, hearing you talk about her like that and everything, and you know where we're at. So take your time, man. It's all right.
Well, honestly, in reason, I don't see why anyone would have a reason to do this in any way. Because Britney was probably the most forgiving person I've ever met. And one of the nicest, because, I mean, you could punch her in the back of the head and she would still forget you.
Are you bullshitting me?
Wow. I can't seem to like do this in an anger way.
I have yet to meet someone that's had a falling out with Britney that hasn't been fixed. Is what I mean by that. Like, so, a lot of people didn't like Britney, and I mean, a lot of people still don't. That's just because of her personality. I haven't met anybody that's actually, like, had intentions to hurt Britney.
But yourself.
Detectives are about to confront Bryce with the most incriminating piece of evidence they have. He scrambles to come up with an explanation to fit the facts that they discovered.
We located some items, or an item. Okay, do you have any idea what that item might be?
No.
Okay. What if I told you that it had both yours and Britney's DNA on it?
Wow. I forgot about that. Damn.
Do you have any idea?
No.
Now's the time to be as truthful.
Wow.
I'm being 100%, sir. I don't know what you're referring to.
Now, you told me before that you and Britney had never been intimate in a sexual way.
No.
DNA don't lie.
What if I said I had evidence that shows that might not be
DNA
accurate either?
does not lie.
I'm not lying. I've never kissed. I've never had sex with Britney. Besides hugging and
oh, yes, you did.
That's I've never had sex or any intimate relationship with Britney.
Okay.
Don't lie.
Have you ever watched TV and seen DNA comparisons?
No, not. I mean, I've watched crime shows, but haven't really paid attention to it.
So, you gave a DNA sample, right?
Yes.
Okay. We found a condom.
Damn.
All right. Then we found Britney.
Damn.
And we have Britney's DNA. We have your DNA, and we have a condom.
That can't be.
Listen,
I've never had sex with Britney.
Right, bro.
I swear. I've
Lying
never had
ass.
sex with Britney.
Okay. So then explain to me how...
I don't know.
They should have been cuffed his ass
right now
up.
because I've never had sex with Britney.
Okay.
I've never had
explain
sex.
to me how a condom has your DNA on the inside and her DNA on the outside. Because that doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense, and I don't.
And you can understand my concerns that, you know, I've been truthful with you, okay? And I know this is really stressful, okay? I can't imagine where you're at, all right? But we'll get through this together, okay? And I need you to help me help you, all right? And the biggest concern I have is you could see that we have some footage that kind of contradicts what you said.
Yes, sir.
We've got a condom that was recovered near Britney's body. And it has DNA on it with both you and Britney. Okay? And
He's
you
like,
told
don't
me
say that shit again.
that you guys had never been intimate. Alright? There's only one way that DNA could have gotten on that condom that way.
I'm aware of that.
And you have a pattern now of lying. You were deceptive to Detective Fisher because you got scared. You just admitted that.
I admitted I was scared, yes.
Your timeline doesn't match up. The other people we've talked to.
That's sad too. It's supposed to be her best friend. Her mom talking about.
What do you mean they don't match with mine?
He would never hurt my daughter.
Sorry, am I allowed to ask that?
No. That's sad.
Yeah, there's just some issues with the time, okay, and things like that. But the thing I'm concerned about right now is if you were in my perspective and you looked at all this, what would you think?
That I did it to Britney.
Okay. If you were me, okay, how would you explain the condom?
I don't know.
If you were me looking at that as a detective, what would you make of it? Okay.
Exactly what you're.
I'm locking your ass up right now.
Okay, because here's the thing, all right? If I don't know what happened, I can't help you out any more past this point. I can't help you figure out the truth. Tell me the truth, okay?
For real, bro, you already caught.
And I need to hear from you.
You ain't getting out of this shit.
What happened? Okay?
Wait, are you... can I ask a question?
Yes, go ahead.
Are you guys trying to get a confession of me killing Britney?
I'm trying to figure out how your DNA got on a condom
he's
on
crazy.
the inside that has her DNA on the outside. I need to figure out what happened with that condom.
Our job is to work as hard to prove innocence as it is guilt. If you didn't do this, then we'll work to the end of the earth to prove that you didn't do this. But that requires 100% honesty on your end, because the stuff we have indicates it hasn't been there.
And that's my concern, is you've got these...
There's a lot of faults in it, and I'm aware.
You need to come clean, bro. Come on now.
It was extremely odd. Brittany was being literally the only time Brittany was being really flirty for some reason throughout that day. And then,
You telling me someone's being extremely flirty?
so we kissed.
So you killed her? Really?
I had gotten a blowjob, but it was through a condom. But then,
oh, he's trying to cover up some
after I was
more.
done,
Damn, this nigga's
she
a
took the
habitual
condom,
liar.
and
That's
then
crazy.
thought she threw it out of the truck, and then that's
No, bro. Next to the
that's
body.
the condom.
When confronted by detectives about the various lies he told, Bryce kept changing his story. At one
dude is
point, he
stupid as
claimed
hell.
that he left Brittany on the road, still alive, but near where her body was found, to meet the cowboy.
Wow.
Then he said he dropped Brittany off near a trailer park to meet a different local man who had given Brittany trouble in the past. After listening to his pack of lies and ever-shifting stories, detectives
Lock his
finally
ass
had
up and
enough
never
of
let
Bryce
him
Dickey.
out.
They knew the evidence would tell the true story, even if Bryce wouldn't.
Last opportunity to tell me the truth.
I'm overserved.
So you're still expecting us to believe that you dropped her off and her body miraculously appeared where the condom and condom wrapper were by some strange coincidence?
I did not kill Brittany.
Wow.
But I... Imagine being in my position trying to explain this.
Well,
of all
we're trying
things.
to figure out how she ended up dead.
And
But realize, she disappeared on the 8th. You've been sitting on this knowledge without saying anything to anybody?
because I've had the entire town of Spring Creek asking me if I've killed Brittany.
And you as well, if you didn't see anything.
The whole town, bro.
Okay.
Homeboy was lucky.
I'm sorry.
He might be better off safe in jail. So lock his ass up. Put the cuffs on his ass already. Damn.
So this is the story that you're going to stick with?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Go ahead, stand up and face that way. Separate your feet. And put your hands behind your back.
Finally.
Brittany's loved ones were disgusted that Bryce had the gall to join in the search party looking for her. And they were appalled that he mourned her untimely death alongside them after her body was found, attending a candlelight vigil and memorial balloon release. They had comforted Bryce, reassuring him that her murder wasn't his fault.
One other question. If you could say something to Brittany, what would you say?
Easy. I love you. That'd be the first thing I would say.
What about the second?
I'm sorry.
Wow. I'm sorry.
Blame myself for this.
Damn.
Even though,
Well, blame yourself.
I mean, I know that I didn't know what was going to happen, but I mean, I'm the last one that
He
saw
came
her.
clean.
She's dead.
Somewhat.
And I mean, her mom even made me promise that I would blame myself, but kind of still have a lot of regrets and a lot of stuff I wish I would have done differently that day. Because I wish I would have just taken her back to town to her dad, but dropped plenty of friends off at tons of different places, so it did not quite seem different to me.
Well, I guess on that note, then, what would you say to her mom?
I've already talked to her mom, and kind of hard to get words out because talking to her mom the last 2 times I've seen her were pretty hard. But
can you imagine that?
Like I told her when we were at the plane release was the first time I saw her after it all happened. But I saw her and we hugged and I said I was sorry and kind of both broke down. And then she made me promise that I wouldn't blame myself, stuff like that. And then John and her whole family kind of hugged me and just told me that I meant a lot to Britney and stuff like that. So,
well, it seems like you cared for her quite a bit. Just out of curiosity, and we promise we won't tell your girlfriend. Had you ever been?
No, I got that question the last 2 times. Britney and I have never been intimate in any way. I mean, like, a lot of people get the wrong intentions because, do it with all my friends, but, like, calling my female friends love and stuff like that, but that's just kind of the way I was raised in a sense, the grammar-wise, but Brittany and I have never had a relationship or have been intimate in any way. That's why my girlfriend was comfortable with hers, because she never flirted with me or anything like that.
Damn, homeboy had a girl too.
Did you ever want to be?
No,
Never.
No, I never had that want or urge or anything.
So what made you fucking rape? What made you do it?
Bryce had even led a salute by gunfire that began with a group of guys meeting up at his place. Yesterday, we all received news that made us hit the floor. Around 8 in the morning, we all started meeting up at my house to grieve and to mourn Brittany's life, which was taken far too soon.
This is insane.
That day, I had tears of pain and joy. I wish she could have seen the amount of us that came together
coming from the
honor
killer.
you, sis.
Man, this is
we
crazy.
love you so much. Just know that you won't ever be forgotten.
Wow.
Prosecutors initially sought the death penalty for Bryce Dickey, but stopped pursuing it after consulting with Britney's family. Following a 2-week trial, Bryce was convicted in May of 2022 at the age of 20. He was found guilty of first-degree murder and sexual assault with a deadly weapon. The jury sentenced him to 20 years to life in prison with the possibility of parole. But then, Elko District Judge Mason Simons added 50 years to his sentence because of the deadly weapon he used when committing this crime. No one knows why Bryce took Brittany's life so violently and mercilessly that day after years of peaceful companionship. Detectives learned that months before her death, he told Britney that he had a crush on her, but she had rejected his advance. He continues to deny killing the girl he affectionately called Lil Sis. He appealed his conviction, but it was rejected by the Nevada Supreme Court in May of 2024.
Damn, he got what he deserved, though.
He is serving his sentence at the
That's for
Lovelock
sure.
Correctional Center. He has the possibility of parole after 46 years.
Damn.
If you found this case compelling, don't forget to like the video, comment down below, and...
Well, damn, gang, if y'all like that video, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. That was the craziest video I've ever seen in my life, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's sad right there. It's real sad. Anyways, gang, if y'all like that video, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.